Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Shivam Pandey and you are watching me on Discord and Uncover YouTube channel. For today we have taken one very easy topic and we are beginning with our new concept which is of HTML. We are taking one code today which is of developing a table in HTML. In the early stages of learning HTML, various teachers teach us how to make a table. But here we will learn making table in very easy format, and you can do various transformations and transitions in table, like column span, different things you will learn in this video. So yeah, so without wasting any more time, let's now begin with our video. We have moved to our VS Code now, and as you can see, we have a numerous number of lines written over here. But beginning with the very first line, we have written as doc type HTML. As you all know, that HTML has its own predefined syntax or some basic lines which is written in almost every HTML code, right? For example, here we can see that we have written here doc type HTML. So in VS Code, if you write exclamation mark and you press enter, you get this whole this HTML body. You will get this whole thing in your VS Code automatically. You don't have to write these things. The first six lines by your side. The VS Code will write these lines for you. But if you move further after the head, after seventh line, you have to write everything by yourself only. These things you don't have to worry by just saying them, or you don't have to panic much. These things are only just our notation to your system that you are using HTML language, and here you can see that you have written HTML lang equal to en, which means that you are using HTML language equal to English, means you are using English as your language to write and develop your code in your HTML website, right? And in your head body, basically we will also see here that what is head. If you don't know head, you can just know that head is nothing but a concept in HTML which is not displayed on the website, right? Head only contains the element or the data set of the website, which contains the title of the document, title of the web page, or it contains the meta charset or different meta elements like charset name or content initial scale वगैरह. These things are the things which are contained in HTML, and nothing of the head elements are displayed onto the website. These are only for the backend, or you can say the just for your browser only. So meta charset is equal to UTF-8, means that UTF-8 is a special type of web page, or you can say that it is a type of representing the data in the web page. Meta name equal to viewport means you are viewing your web page and you are using it for viewing it. So this is a viewport. Now, what is this? Content equal to width equal to device minus width. This means that you are using your device, or your web page is designed to be displayable in every device you can use it. For example, if you are using your laptop, mobile screen, or any other tablet or something like that, every screen of the browser has different parameters of width and height and zero factor. By writing this content equal to width minus a device minus width, it makes your website device sensitive. For example, if you will use your website in a device of your phone as well as your system, these will look exactly the same, and the font and the things will not get disturbed in both the systems. So this is the primary thing which we write in our this thing. And also initial scale we have given as 1.0, which means we are using initial scale of 1.0, which is standard. You can also increase it or decrease it. It depends solely upon yourself. And if you want to experiment things, and if you want to develop and discover new things, you are free to do it. And also one thing I would say before moving ahead, that coding all about discovering new things, and you have to discover new things by more practicing and just using our own brain and own script to develop new things and to discover new things, right? Now, so we move above these things and we move towards the body line. So, what is the body tag? So, body tag is a tag which we usually see and what we usually get in our websites, right? So, when we see body uh, here, we have seen a body tag which is being opened here, but in the near about lines, we cannot see any ending of the body tag, right? So, body is only close if you have written all the elements which you want in your body. So you can see the body is being started here and it is ending right about here, right? So it is a very long time, and all the things written in your body would be displayed onto your system. If you write the body element things in your head, this they won't be displayed in your system. It will only be like a false value or pseudo value for a system, for your system or your website. Sorry for being using the word system again and again. I usually mean your browser by the word system, right? Yeah. So we have to make a table. We use a thing. We use a tag of table, right? So the table tag is being used here. We have written table border equal to one. We have taken the border equal to one, which means we are taking the thinnest line, or we can say the default parameter settings of a table. If you want to ignore this border, that is also fine. But if you write it, it is a better practice. And I would say that you, from the starting, also you should like do these things. Um, for here, I will say that you ignore these things like cell padding, cell spacing. We will come to this, but not now. We will come to this after a few minutes, right? Caption also, I will say you ignore these things right now. Right. Yeah. So the next part you will see is T head. What is T head? T head is a table head. Now imagine in your mind that you have any table. Imagine that you have a table of two columns, right? One is of a heading name, and the second column is of the heading roll number, right? So if you have two columns, the very first column is of name, and the second one is column, and the second one is of the roll number. And imagine that you have entries of 5 to 6 students, like name Shivam, and the corresponding like the number or the roll number would be 101, or you can take the name of Amit and roll number would be 102. So similarly, you have to take this several data and you imagine these things in a table, right? So if you are imagining these things in a table, you get a picturized or a visual thought in your mind that your table is containing two columns and 5 to 6 rows, which have a heading of name in the first column and the roll number in the second column, right? So uh, if you see here, what is the name and what is the row number. So if we think upon it, we see that these are the headings, right? These are the headings of your whole column. This is representing at what type of elements you are storing in your column. Yeah, so for this we use the title tag of T head, which is table head. So table head is describing the elements of your or the main titles of your table. And what is TR here? So yeah, table row. You all know that what is row and what is column. So yeah, so table row determines that you are listing the elements in a row format, which means that if you are imagining a cell uh, or a box of 2 cross 3 matrix, you can see that, or you can just visualize that you are starting from the very first row and you are starting the filling the elements from from the very first row and the very first column. Then you will be on your very first row only, but in the second element you will insert that element into your first row, second column, right? So what is TH? TH is the table head, which we have already described here in the heading section. but table head is written here because we have to write the elements of the table here. In the beginning, we have not described the element which we are taking in the table head, but now after using a th tag, we have to write the element into the this thing, right? So we have written th equal to column span equal to 2 student info th. So for now, I'm just erasing all the other things from here because it will be much confusing for you all to like right. So I'm just commenting off all the things. Yeah. So now we have only this thing. Now we see that what we have here. Right. So we have here student info, name, roll number. Now you might be thinking that in the very first row, you can see that student info is occupying the whole space, and in just below, in the second row, you would say that the table is divided into two parts, which is name and roll number. So why is it happening? This is happening because of a very simple factor which we have used here as column span. So we write column span as COLSPAN equal to 2, which means that we are occupying two cells and we are making the column and we are making two cells as a one cell. As we have written column span equal to 2 here, which means that we are occupying two columns and we are making the use of these two columns to make one column, right? And we have given that column name as student info. So you are saying that here we have student info in this column, and this was our first table row, which means this was our first row. And if you want to make the second row, then you have to again use the tr tag. We have used the tr tag again, and we have given the th element, the very first th element as name. So after using the th element name, we have got like this the name, and the second th element is roll number. So why we got name here and roll number here? This is a very common, or you can basically in your development phase, when you start your progress or you do things, sometimes you think that why name, if I write name here, why is it only going here? Why it is not going to some other place, right? So this is a good question, and if you have this question in your mind, then it denotes that you are actually progressing and you are actually into learning some new things, right? So if you have th here and name and th roll number, so name is being displayed into your second column, second row, first column, and roll number into your second row, second column. This is because we have used uh, two th here. One th is being opened and closed by occupying the name here, and the other is having roll number only. So, what happens is that in your second row, as we have already closed the first row, we are starting with the second row, and we have taken two elements here, name and roll number. So what happens is that by default, the name comes first and the roll number comes second. If you write roll number above, uh, if you add the word roll number in place of name and you shift the name towards down, the things will change, and you will see roll number in place of name and name in place of the roll number, right? So we have closed the T body here, and now we are moving towards the data elements. What we will store in the body. Now, so you might have get from here like the names Amit, Somit, and the roll number as 101 and 102. So now we are moving towards the body of the element. So so these were the head of the elements, head of the table. These were only the containing the head of the table, or you can say the headings of the columns. But now we have to also take the elements, or we have to also enter some data in the element in the table, right? Because if we don't have any data in the table, it is of no use to us. So we have definitely to write something in the table. That's why we have created it. So in the table body, we write table body as t body. We have taken t body here, and we similarly use tr and td. Here also we were using tr and th, but here we were using tr for row and th for giving the head elements into our table. But for here, we are using the tr tag for the row, but we have to use td for table data. Table data is basically used for not, just say, for example, you see the word name, it is written in bold letters, but we do not want our table data to be displayed in bold letters, right? So we write it in TD element, which do not which does not bold the element, but it remains in it normal font, and that's all. Yeah. So we have written Amit and 101. So Amit is stored here, 101 here with the same concept of TR. So it shows the first element in the left side and then to the right side. Now we have taken the second TR, which means we are moving to the third row now, and we are taking two elements, Sumit and 102. So Sumit is there and 102 is there. And now what happens is that you are closing your T body, which means that your body or the element which you wanted to take in your table are now completed, and you want to close your body. And we have the all the elements which we have taken in the upper body, like T head and table. We are now closing it, and we are closing the HTML by body and HTML, which is the basic syntax of HTML. Now we come to the part which we have skipped in the beginning. In the very beginning, I said you one thing, that you leave the parameters of cell padding and cell spacing here, right? So yeah, let me just zoom out in. Huh. So what is cell padding now? So cell padding is something like, if you see name here, right? So name is being displayed in the very middle of all the cell spaces. For example, you see here that name is having equal spaces from every border of the cell, right? Name is having equal space from the right border, left border, upper border, and lower border. Right. So this is called as padding. And if we are doing it in a cell, then what we call it is as we call it as cell padding. So in the cell padding, we have written as 20. If you change it, you do it 10, then sorry, it's 100. Huh? For if you do it 100, you will see some things like that. If you increase it to 30, you will see things like that. 40, yeah. So it is increasing the size of the cell, but it is also increasing the distance of the main element from the borders. Right, so we come back to 20, and in the cell spacing, you can see as the pixel we have given as 5. So spacing is what? Spacing is basically, uh, now you can see here that we have cells. The very first cell is cell 1, which is having the element of student info. Cell 2 as name, cell 3 as roll number. So these are all the cells of your table. So if you do cell spacing, then you increase the spacing between the cells. So if we increase it to like 10, then we see that we have maintained a distance between every cell. If we increase it more and we make it to 20, yeah, you can see there is significant distance between the uh, cells. So we make it to 10, and align equal to center is that we have aligned the table to the towards the center of the page, and it is having equal space between the left and the right margin. If we do it towards the right, then it will shift towards the right, and if we do to left, then it will shift towards the left. But for now, I am keeping it towards the center. And now we have one more thing with is caption. So caption, sorry. So caption gives you the like name, or you can say that you can write anything in the caption, and basically it is used to denote or give the name to the table. For now, we have taken caption tag, and we have given it student table. As our table is in the middle or the center, so we have align equal to bottom. So if we do not bottom it, then the this student table will display above it, or it will be displayed above the like, yeah. So you can see that it is being displayed over the table, and if you want it to display below the table, then you have to do bottom, right? So this is was the thing, and I think so that you might have got all the things about how to create a table. And also, if you want, I can give you the theory notes, and I can also teach you from the notes itself that what we use in the table. But I think so that it is a better way to like make a video with VS Code exactly and what we are doing here and how we are actually going to write notes, because it will be more useful and fruitful for you all. Because I think so that making theory lectures become very boring, and also they are not much used to us. In spite, instead, making these videos on VS Code will be more helpful, I think so, for most of you. So do comment below and share your thoughts upon this. Also, I have one more thing. I have just written the code from beforehand before making the video. This was because to save the time. If I write each and every line and make the code right now, it the video length will automatically increase, and I would be able to less put my energy to describe each and everything to you or explain the things to you. And if I have the code written beforehand, so it becomes easy for me to just explain each and everything. And yeah, that's all. And if you want, then I can write the code in between the video, and I can tell you that also. So if you want this, you can comment your thoughts below. And yeah, and that's all for now. We will surely meet again in the very next video. So yeah, thank you. Good night.